Kosher Catfish here. Talk to you today. With the CRT protection. Y'all give me CRT protection. Cause it's the mind, it's the brain, it's the image. The image, the snippet of the image that allows the individual to have any kind of creativity and understand the complexities of the universe at all. It don't come natural. It comes with a price. You can see me, can't you? Anyway, Kosher Catfish talking about multidisciplinary concept life today. Cause I'm of the opinion, after looking over things for many, many years and being around professors and the various peoples that teach the youngins in the universities and all that such stuff, and what I see is a disaster, a catastrophe. Now, I can't spit on the YouTube. I just choke if I need to. Y'all, people see what I deal with. Anyway, no, what we talking about today is across the disciplinary and the adaptability, and the adaptation, and the ability for the human being to just go anywhere and do anything. How do y'all say? If I don't stop them, they crawl up my legs like a bunch of ants and bite me. Well, he didn't say that, but that's just sort of paraphrase the narrative of there will be nothing held back from these creatures down here. If I don't stop them now, they take over. They're like a bunch of fire ants. And fire ants have come all the way up here and inherited and on the property. I left the south and I thought I'd never see another fire ant again. And I'd be if we don't, we got the armadillo and fire ant. Anyway, I don't mind armadillo. Armadillo's cool. I used to pick them up until I found out they had like a disease. It caused your fingers to just fall off, and I got enough issues with my tissues as it is. Anyway, Kosher Catfish want to come in here and expound on something. Now here for the CRT thing, you know I say this was here like the Popea-da. He got the fish hat on, and it almost sort of looks like the Batman hat from way back in the days. And this here. I hope to hell the bowl is working, because I cannot do this twice. It can be adjusted for me. Vertical. This is a vertical up. No, yes, a horizontal is laying down. It's like something that happened in Vegas. You keep it in Vegas. It's laying down. It's a horizontal plane. It is polarized in that direction. And this is a bi. I don't know if it's BI or BY. Bi-polarized. And it's got the Elmo fire thing. So I'm hoping I can protect myself, my brain, my supercomputer, from what I have to say, because it just may overheat me. Anyway, when Kosher Catfish looks at education and looks at the whole thing historically, what I realize is there was time when we turned down people that knew about stuff everywhere, about everything. They could talk about everything anywhere. Whatever you brought up, they could talk about. So Kosher Catfish just went back and analyzed how was they educated. Well, I gotta get paid. Buy me, it's the old monkeypox man. He's gonna pay off my student loans from 1983 or 93, or was it 2003? I was a student for so long. Anyway, that's another story altogether. But, it's the EXspert Class. What I have realized is, back in the day, people was educated in a broad education. It was the trivium and the quadrivium. And people were not introduced into things that they did not need to know until they was ready to have the analytical skills and the digital skills and the ability to say this here and that there, and this is false, and that the logic may come with the, I can't say that, could I? It may go limp at any moment. Anyway, the logic is necessary, and the ability to be discriminatory. Now your cell phone, that thing which you use, it probably has a not a compressor, because that'd be like a Mercedes compressor. It has discriminating circuits. Millions and millions, maybe hundreds of millions of billion discriminating circuits. And they tell you can use your cell phone, it's sitting there discriminating against everything. But they say, Kosher Catfish, you cannot discriminate. In other words, you cannot say A to B, B to A. Do A and B have anything to do with each other? Or are they anathema? I don't know. It makes me do that when I think that way. The education. The education required to deal with reality is a huge one. Human beings is born into a world that is not, well, it is natural, but it is not natural to have to deal with the way we is doing with the technology and stuff. Like nature would say, we was living out in a hole somewhere and living in herds and stuff, and that'd be like nature. But I'm sorry, I had to eat my ginger and stuff because this throat thing is just screwed me out. It hurts. So I may burp and belch at some point, but it's not for the effect. It's my body doing what my body needs to do. Oh, if you take that thing down, you can like bump the purple. Anyway, that used to be the feather that was on my feather in my hat the other day. The multidisciplinary thing and the control of the narrative. Now, Kosher Catfish started his science thing when I was a little boy. I used to read encyclopedias and stuff. That's what I did. As soon as I could learn how to read and stuff, when I was about 7 years old, I started reading encyclopedias. And I just fell in love with the physics and mathematics and the chemistry and all them things. I never had a dull moment in my life because I was thinking. I wasn't thinking about drinking. That's just what I do now. No. I was thinking about the cosmic intent. The cosmic intent of the event. It was the man in the people's neck. And as I grew, I realized there's something bad going on. There's something that's very, very strange going on. When Coach Catfish got into the university, I was already like doing university stuff before I got to university. And all I could see was, what is happening here? We have so much good things going on, and yet we fighting and killing each other. And we was like at a sweet spot. We done gone to the moon. If you believe that, I could say, even if we didn't, I had another science. Oh, I gotta get that fly off of me. It's a horsefly biting me on the leg. Oh, I feel triggered today. I feel like the horse, the stud horse. No. The EXspert Class. Now, you got these people controlling this narrative saying, unless you're an expert in this area, which means approximately, 10,000 hours of learning. That was from a Scientific American I read back in the day, like in 1986 or 7 or maybe 91. I'm not sure, but that's what they say. Now, 10,000 hours of doing anything is just a whole lot of time, and you should know what you're doing. But if you got 10,000 hours in just one thing, like making cake icing on the cake, and then the cake disappeared, you're just there, you're just spreading the icing, and you ain't spreading it on a cake. So what the f*** you doing? And that's where education has gone. The way education used to be. The man that went to the university, and see, everybody at one time did not go to the university. It's the people that really could go to the university and absorb and make a difference in humanity. Because the truth is, and this is the truth that I may get banned for, is some people just need to have babies and farms and take care of shit and have a real life. Because honestly, if you up into something where you got to, I don't mean to do that. I told you the hands, they get out of hand. Because I'm a man. Anyway, what was I saying? No. The narrative say that you got to do X and Y and Z, and the people, they flooded the university with people that didn't need to be there. They should have just had a life and maybe learn how to build something or do something and enjoy that life instead of creating debt and strife. Of course, Catfish only say this because I love you people, and we got an issue. And the issue is to say, unless you're not an expert. And I done told you what I think about an expert. The expert means it can't spurt no more. It is impotent. You done spurted your last boat, brother. That's what I think about the EXspert Class. I've been lied to by the EXspert Class. And the reason Kosher Catfish knows that is because I have my learn on. You spend enough time getting this cross-disciplinary, multidisciplinary concept of learning, which the quadridium and the tritidium and the indo-yovidium taught people and prepared them for reality on planet Earth. Not in planet Metaverse or in planet, give me your money, you own nothing, and we're going to live without the oil. Without the oil, There is no spoil. Right, whatever. Anyway, Coach Catfish was just trying to read the script because the man with the green eyes told me. And that, what was this? You can't speak unless you're a part of the EXspert class. Well, Coach Catfish, I told you my background is very broad, and I did not only just do the physics and the mathematics and the computing and the electrical engineering and stuff. I did the earth science and psychology and all this stuff, and I was reading in between because nobody liked me. And I just take a book and go up in a tree like a monkey and go, whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, and I just read that book and devour it like a banana. My name ain't Hannah. Anyway, that's the way I think about, where have we just gone wrong? We have taken things, and the man that knows his things across many things should be able to have an opinion. I may not know all the jargons and the yargons because educated people, I'm just telling you uneducated people, and you people that are, you're educated at the boundaries, and all these things that we deal with, these not fundamentals, but these things we deal with, we all have our jargons and our nomenclatures. And it seems like they hide the stuff in the nomenclatures. And unless you know the nomenclatures, you won't even know that you know what they're talking about. Well, Coach Catfish is saying, you know the math. Get your math on, and you can just cross the boundaries. But, gotta get paid twice. This is hard. You gotta have a heart. Because the more knowledge you have, the more responsibility. Who is that woman's name? Here, I was going to try to make it rhyme off that. Because even a good book. Because Catfish takes a good book in too. See, that's what they all come from. I'm just trying to speak to the people on the boundary of education and trying to say, we that open our minds and have this cross-disciplinary narrative in our heads should have the ability to have an opinion and speak. And the people listening should get their line on and know who to turn off, who to listen to, and learn to do their own research. That Coach Catfish was given, he wasn't even given a task. I'm trying to get something patented and deal with something right now to help people with handicaps. So you don't know my life at all. I've got something I'm trying to help people with handicaps, and the circumstances that are in the bureaucracy has just shut my ass down. So I'm trying to help. And you can't help in a situation where nobody cares. It's just about the bottom line. And with a good education, your bottom line is 6 feet under. It turned 13 when I said 6 feet under. There's got to be something about that. Anyway, Coach Catfish sees so much hope into humanity. We not insanity. But the narrative has been captured by the narrative makers. And them suckers have a very strict, narrow gate of vision. And unless you fit that vision, you're not going to be part of the reality.